Well, Mike.
What up, man? No Bills here.
Good
Just for wondering.
timing there, buddy.
After a loss, I can see you're wearing the same clothes from school.
I got my computer's on mute. This is great. Excellent. Not sure why that's the case.
It does have us live though, JT.
Mute.
So you're playing the song?
Have it on mute. Won't remove from mute. Cool.
I can hear you.
I can't hear anything. It's like you with the song, buddy. Oh boy. All right. Well, speaking of which, I'm going to throw that on. You can't hear.
Mike and Matt, put your team on our back. It starts now, the fantasy trail. Welcome to the fantasy trail. It's our 10th year fantasy trail. I'ma say it loud and clear. Fantasy trail, welcome, let's go. It's fantasy trail, you know the flow.
Everything is good.
League rules, got advice for people all around the globe. I know you need it, we got it. We'll talk about players on all the teams, all the players. We'll talk about them. Eagles, Bills, Vikings, Cowboys,
yeah.
Browns.
Yeah, we're going great here, Rachel.
Welcome to the fantasy trail.
What happens?
Welcome to the fantasy trail. Welcome to the fantasy trail. Fantasy trail.
Fully mute. Not work. Oh, what a delay. The real problem is, if I leave, I don't know if Scarano still stays in the stream.
Look, like I could sit here and talk. I have no problem with any of that. That's never been an issue.
Come on, well, we really need you in here, buddy.
That's never really been an issue.
I have no sound. Can't get it. It says I have up to volume 42, but also have no sound. It's really cool. This is good. This is good. I think this is what the audience really came for.
JT, it's like a work computer,
Mike,
right?
You can go ahead and just take it away, buddy. I'll go ahead and just pause the song. And I'd say the floor is yours because I can't hear a word.
All right, and I have seen this on a work computer once where I think it was a Zoom meeting or something to that extent. I don't exactly remember what it was. And I do remember having to go out and do a whole restart. I could hear you, JT. You just can't hear me. So
just reading Rachel's text.
Yeah. Yeah. And I still can't hear the song if that does anything. So welcome to the Fantasy Trail. What we have is we have Matt running a few minutes late. We have JT here, but apparently he can't hear me, which is an issue. And it might even be stemming from the issue. It might actually be stemming from the issue of me not being able to hear the song. This is just a theory, but I've seen some trouble with the work computer and having to restart it. It's very embarrassing when there's like other teachers and parents waiting for you and you're like, oh no, it's my computer. And that is the problem. But we really did have a cool week and in fantasy football. And one of the things I don't want to do, I really want to wait for my compadres to come here. We're going to discuss what happened at the very end there. I don't think that we've actually painted a clear picture on exactly what happened in the game between Colin and myself. And it'd be nice because you guys have heard all of my complaining. And I mean, it was pretty bad about not having Monday Night Football. There were a lot of cuss words in there and all that. And after enough cussing, JT invited me to his house. And, he's always hesitant to do that because, it's me. And what I'm going to say is he did invite me. It was a boring, horrible game. JT was trying to pull this thing where he was saying like, oh, it's not that bad of a game. It's just a defensive battle. Well, I'm going to be the first one to tell you that game sucked. And I don't blame anyone for going to bed, but I did have the day off. And there was actually an inkling in my mind that I was going to leave at halftime. Now, I'm not going to share too much more of the story because I want Jay to be here because he'll remember details that I won't remember and I will remember details that they won't. But we really will lay out exactly what happened at the end because listen, it's possible that there's other teams playing each other who experienced the same thing. But, I mean, it is unlikely it was that close. And there's still, in looking at that last play, there's still some controversy. There's still some controversy with with this issue. That's a great pick, Rachel. Thank you. So how about we go ahead and we get right into this. Well, I'll be giving you a quick recap of what just happened in the league. I'll be saving. How about I do something that's the extent of the best for last, or the worst at first and the best for last right here. I'm sure Matt and JT will be coming in a second. Okay. JT's doing a full restart. We'll see how it goes. First game, and it's nice to see that you're here, Rachel. And Brian, it's really nice to see that you're listening. Oh, here we go. There we are.
You know, what happens? What happens? I show up late and man.
It was Jay. I've seen this happen though. I've seen it happen on my computer, and it's embarrassing when it happens because it's just like this, where you're like people are like waiting for you. You know what I mean? Apparently, the song was played. That still didn't work for me.
Okay, so you don't hear it?
Kickers are back, quarterbacks in the lead.
I heard it for a second.
Join us every Wednesday, 9 o'clock on YouTube and Spotify. People's league rules, got advice for people all around the globe. I know you need it. We got it.
Okay,
We'll
I
talk about players
think we can
the
all
teams
agree
on.
though, by looking at that picture JT just sent, that he needs to clean his computer screen.
I was going to say the same thing, my friend. It's pretty dirty. I will say what happens, though, is sometimes you're like working in the class and you're talking to the class and a little bit of spittle flies and then kind of dries on the screen.
Yeah.
I've had it happen myself.
So I don't know if you guys said this is season 10, episode 12 of the Fantasy Trail. And you know what, Scarano? It is very much about how you dominated the game of the week. You're dominating the league. And you are just wrecking the entire competition of this league.
Well, not quite. If we actually look at some...
No, you are, and I'm going to keep on, because last time I put you in the title of the league, the next week you put up the low score. So
you're saying if you do it again?
Yeah,
we do have quite a story about that game. I was with JT because we have YouTube TV Net. Now, just to clarify, at the Scarano house, Netflix, Hulu, Disney, YouTube TV, Peacock, and I'm sure I'm missing something else. And I'm not paying another nickel for TV. I'm going to tell you that much for free right there, buddy.
Yeah.
And I didn't have the game. Michael's idea with the Rabbit Ears, I seem to remember that I thought it was only ESPN, but I was corrected that there was one on ABC. That it is also played on ABC. No. I almost always watch ESPN. I think I watch ESPN broadcast every time.
I don't know if you remember, Scarano, but like your first or second year down here, you would watch the Super Bowl on Rabbit Ears.
I think I do remember that.
Because you would get it in HD TV when you had to pay extra.
That's what it was. TV. I do remember something like that I had the Rabbit Ears and they were, I don't think I have them. Like we moved, Matt, and stuff just needs to, stuff. I don't bring all this stuff with me. There might be somewhere in here if I really go looking, but I might have the Rabbit Ears. But JT did invite me over, and it was kind of fun to be able to sit and watch a full game with him, just with the idea that we had off the next day. Great Veterans Day, by the way.
Did you claim your $20 credit?
Yeah, Jessica does all day. It's one of these deals where she runs the entire account and stuff like that, but I think she did.
Okay.
But I mean, first off, the whole thing is ridiculous. And as I've said, we just pay too much for TV to really pay much more. We have all these services. I don't really use all of them. I don't know. Maybe Jess and Vincent do, but man, this is ridiculous. That's all. And so one of the things that we're looking at is I want to wait for JT to get there. We'll look at that game last. That was the game of the week. And I don't think everyone exactly understands what happened at the end there.
Yeah. So we'll go with my game. I took on Casey and I lost Casey. Casey puts up the high score of the week yet again in the league.
Something else interesting on the last play, just referring to Casey's. If that last play did not happen, Colin actually had the high score. He held it for a while, but we'll get to the end. We'll get there in a little bit. I hate to just see Casey's team winning like this, but you gotta you go down. Besides Hunter Henry, who he spent what was it, $50 for, he has double digits in every single category or every single player going down the list there. And I don't know, it looks pretty. Yeah, it's one of these teams where I want to look at them. I want to say that they're not great. I hate seeing these people who are out, not in, and not going into the IR position. But they keep putting up these high numbers.
Yeah. Well, he could have put Stevenson in, but he's short term. So, I mean.
I got you. It's just
not as bad. Look, I had a bad
poor
week.
management though, Matt. It's poor management.
Yeah.
And I don't like the idea that poor management is, I'm sure when JT comes back, we'll look at the list, but poor management right now is at the top of our league.
Yeah.
Poor management has a bye week. That's all. That's all. And what happened with your team, Matt? I want to hear about it. Go ahead.
I mean, look, I thought I was having a pretty decent week. Sutton let me down Thursday night.
Allen.
Allen was disappointing. It was nice to see him get the record. I wonder with their tight end going down, being day to day, I wonder if that will help Allen.
Okay.
I missed Rice. And, I'm still not like, I lost Hunter for the year. He wasn't having a great year. Hampton.
I think Hampton's a rough one for you there. Yeah. I really, really do. I'm trying to remember when you drafted him, but they in the third round.
Yeah. But you know what? CJ Stroud going out might be the best thing that ever happened to Nico.
Very well could be. Very well could be. I was actually reading, I can't remember what it was. But for some people are thinking that Stroud's decline, they're trying to think that it's more recent than it was. But it's been 2 full years.
Yeah.
And he's one of those guys who I actually think could have played himself out of an extension.
Well, I think part of it though is that they don't They're good enough.
Yeah,
they have a great defense. They think they're good enough on offense, and they let it be. They don't try and innovate.
And let's say this as well, though, Matt. I think then you have to then consider that before this year, with how well the Colts have been doing, they've been in a real weak division that's kind of let them get by with it.
Yeah. Same thing with the Eagles. It's the same thing with the Eagles. They are very talented. They have great players, but as far as the scheme and the play calling,
yeah. In watching that game, Matt, I understand that. Look, a win is a win. I'd take a win. If the Bills did that to the Dolphins, I'd be very happy. But one of the things that I will say in watching that game, they didn't look sharp, Matt. They didn't seem to have a good identity. I was hearing something about Barkley that something to the extent of the majority of the games he's been under 60 yards.
Yes.
And I wouldn't have said that.
Now that probably has more to do with their offensive line than Barkley. That they've dealt with a lot of injuries and not even. You even saw it during the game.
Lane Johnson going out.
Well, going out, but then coming back in. So they're playing hurt, and they've lost their center. I think he's been out 4 total games. Dickerson was out for a couple games, and he's been playing hurt. He's starting to play better. But I don't know.
Yeah, they did it. It wasn't dynamic, I can tell you that.
Yeah.
Playing it safe, man.
What up, fellas? What'd I miss?
JT, it did work, though, didn't it?
Sure. Yeah, everything went great. It was a real smooth transition into some updates from Wake County.
Oh, that's what it was. Oh, good.
Oh, good.
You had actually run the update, probably.
Oh, 22 of them.
Horrible. Right. Well, we only talked about one game.
Yeah.
Okay. What game was it?
Matt and Casey.
Matt and Casey.
And Casey getting the high score. We don't want to bury the lead too much. So we talked about how there was a point where Colin did have the high score.
Very interesting. Very interesting. The ultimate loss. Lost his game, lost the high score, and lost in a ridiculous way.
Yes.
And the big thing with me is not so much loss, is I had a lower score in the league overall. So not looking good for me.
Oh, it's a concern.
Yep.
It's a concern, man.
It's covered in great detail in the playoff breakdown tomorrow. Don't you worry.
I'm looking forward to it.
I thought you had to put the kids to bed, and we weren't doing that.
Don't worry. I had time to do that during the 32 updates.
All right. Next up, we have Joel and Parker losing to Jake 135 to 165.
Jake's back.
Jake is back, man.
And Scarano sideways.
Oh,
I like that too.
Oh, that's the person who's running the thing here. I don't know what to tell you.
Are you on your phone?
No, I'm on an iPad. But I haven't. I mean, but the iPad has been sitting on a desk, so like I haven't. I mean,
Guys, if we don't win an award for the best technical show, I'm not sure who will.
It has been one calamity after the other, my friend.
It's three geniuses. I mean, Jake has to just be over the moon. This has been such a turnaround. He's got
but no, he's got to be kicking himself because he had 2 zeros.
2 zeros.
It's two guys he would have played. So I don't think he is kicking himself. I think he's got to be amazed. He was a top 4 score.
Oh yeah,
top 4, and he pulled that off with 2 zeros. That's almost impossible.
Yeah,
I mean in the 160s, and then it actually takes a little bit. Like after the, hold on, I don't want to talk out of school here, but after the 160s, it takes like a jump down. So even 4 is somewhat deceptive in the idea that he's bunched up around the high scores with 2 zeros.
Yeah.
Have they officially ruled Wilson out for this week? I heard like 3 to 4 weeks.
Yep, he's out for this week for sure. I heard 3 to 4 weeks as well. I heard Scarano may have known about that when he made the trade.
Oh, that is not true at all. Now, Jake, I'm going to tell you what to do. Jake, you really want to use Casey's strategy, and what that is don't, for anything, please don't put him in the IR spot. Make sure he takes up room on your bench. Please. It's worked really well.
Sounds like a good plan.
Yep.
And
Joel and Parker, I mean, not a horrible week. It would be, competing, although not incredible here. I think it's probably top 6.
Yeah.
But I can't even look at it and say like there was any massive disappointments.
Yeah.
Shaheen,
and where's
I guess
Kincaid going out, I guess. It'd been pretty hot.
Sure, but that wouldn't have been for the win. Like, and you don't look at anybody on that bench and say, "Oh, I would have definitely played them over Shaheen."
No, I think Shaheen is fine there, and I mean it's just rough coming into a new offense.
Well,
and I think he there was a couple plays I was listening to. There was a football podcast, and it was that he was like streaking down the field, and it did open some things up for your boy.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yep. Now, one team I did beat with the score was the Michael Thomas, who had a 115 to your JT, your 145.
Yeah.
And he absolutely got murdered by Bo Nix.
Yeah. The Thursday night game was very bad for him. He was coming away, I would have to say, feeling pretty awful because he had Bo Nix and Trey Tucker that night.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, if you look at Nix, it's just, it's one of these things where you're saying, could he have done anything? Look, we have a 20, 27, and a 41. Nix is just inconsistent. That's all.
But you know
what?
what?
It's just to win games, though.
And if you notice, he didn't have another choice on his bench because the Bengals one was on a bye. So it was his only shot.
That's it.
Yeah, I mean, he does get the Bengals back. He might get Godwin back.
He might get Burrow back quicker than we thought, too.
Yeah.
Woody Marks looked like he took over that job again, but we've said that before.
We have.
And then, JT, I mean, you had a pretty good week all the way around. I mean, Harvey, Harvey
and Watson.
But your Seahawks defense.
Yeah, Seattle defense, amazing. I mean, 2 touchdowns in the first half. The nail in the coffin for the week was that Seattle game because I had Seattle defense and JSN, and they both exploded in the first half. They barely scored again after the second quarter, but they didn't need to. You know, if anything, the defense actually lost points because it finally gave up 100 yards and gave up 2 points. But I just looked. That is my highest score since week 2.
And just to clarify, not a great week from Cook for you.
No, not a great week for him, but a serviceable one.
Yeah, I mean, just disappointing.
You get so used to him scoring touchdowns. He's been so dominant the last couple of years with that when he doesn't, I think it stands out a little more. But you take that game, throw a touchdown in there. He's a 17 instead. So, but yeah, I really enjoyed getting a chance to watch Tyler Warren for the first time. It was that overseas game. He's excellent. Just really, really good. I was disappointed when I got him at the beginning of the year. He doesn't score a lot of touchdowns, but he's just a really, really good player. He's just so big and so strong and great hands. Just enjoy watching him. Beyond that, the shootout for Baker helped, some garbage time. That was nice. But really, it was the Seattle game more than anything. Fun for me to get a good week. Like I said, first 140 plus since week 2. So has not gone great.
And this one definitely comes into effect as we look at the playoff, your playoff sheet coming up.
Yeah,
listen,
I would have said
where this one is going to come.
I would have said I was dead. This was very big for me. This was a big week for me to kind of keep pace and catch up on a few people. So
we'll see how it looks.
What's next, Tamala?
All right, next we have Rachel beating Brian quite handily. 118 or 119 to 119 to 90.
The Pooper Bowl.
Yeah, and Brian just 4 losses in a row here. Just kind of it's rough for you, buddy.
If the next one's the matchup of the week, this was probably the disappointing.
I think I might have called this one the game of the week, and I really should not have.
It's the scratch up of the week. I mean, it was hideous. They were clawing for points, and I can't say that either one is happy, though Rachel obviously is more happy at least getting the win. Brian did need the win. Outside of boy. I mean, for Brian, you look at some of those scores and they don't seem like they're that bad. Like, I don't know. You're looking, you're going, oh, all right, 10, 19, 13, 14, 13. It's the quarterback again. If you look at Michael Thomas's rough week, you look at Brian's really rough week. They both had unbelievably low ones. The Brian one,
interestingly, they both fathom
44 points for his team, and 5 for the quarterback. That's so weird.
It's bad,
especially because my wide receiver for him. Like, how does the wide receiver put up a 20 and the quarterback only put up a 5? It's not like somebody else threw the touchdowns.
Yeah.
It is. You're right. Yeah.
That's really odd, right?
Yeah. It is like, you look at it. Yeah.
I think Rachel's biggest thing is, she has a lot of great players, but they're not consistent. And it's a big whose week is it going to be?
She puts Roan on the bench. We discussed it last week.
Yep.
I said I'd probably play him, but who knows? I overcoach and, I'll move things around 17 times. But like the moment she puts him on the bench, he has a decent week.
I mean, Bowers, after his 43 points.
What a disappointing game. That game just
and then,
Yeah, it was awful.
Yeah.
I mean, and Brian even tried the cruel reverse jinx of playing the Bills defense against Rachel.
And it doesn't work.
Which was quite backwards. Hey, just as an aside, I actually went and looked because I was curious. Do you want to know how Seahawks QB managed to do what he did?
Okay.
Are you ready?
All
1
right.
INT, 2 fumbles.
Yes.
That's -6. -6 right there. And also 7 carries for -6 yards.
All right.
So there was -6 points.
So it almost just wipes out his touchdown. Let's look at it like that.
Yeah, so all he got was his yards, and he only threw it for 180.
Wiped out, and maybe a tiny bit more.
He only threw 12 passes. Team scored 44 points. He only threw 12 passes.
He just didn't need to.
That's surreal.
Yep.
By
the way, there's a tough out, man.
Brian's got a lot. Brian's got a lot coming back. He's got Ferguson, Kelsey, Irving looks like he's practicing coming back. Brian Thomas Jr. might be coming back. There's hope on the way, but this has been as bad of a stretch as any team has had this year.
By the way, the switch with Love wouldn't have made too much difference.
No. Brian was 6-0.
Wait. He was. Yeah, that's amazing.
Brian was 6-0. It's incredibly strange turnaround. So I think that 6-0 team is still there. And if those guys come back, maybe we see it again. Got to figure out the QB. And I know that's been tricky with the Jaden Daniels thing. So,
yep.
Shall we head to the game of the week?
JT, I asked you guys a question. And I think now's the time we've got to hear it. Game of the
year?
It's the game of the year. It's the game of the year.
Can I set the scene?
I've said it a little bit, but I think hearing the other side of the story would always be fun.
All right. So if you already covered this, I apologize, but I do think this is really fun. One of the things we talk about that we don't have an opportunity to do as much as we like is get together to watch the games. And I just threw out a kind of a Hail Mary invitation to Mike because he was in YouTube hell. Not being able to watch the game. And I said, well, hey, man, you live around the corner. Why don't you come on over? And Michael Thomas had the very good, rabbit ear suggestion, which would have worked just as well. But I'm glad he didn't take it up because he came over and we proceeded to watch, sorry, Tamala, one of the most boring football games we've ever seen.
JT, I was considering a halftime leave. I was contemplating.
All we had going for us was the fact that it was a Tuesday off for us at school. Yeah. So we took advantage of it. We ended up staying up. And the back and forth was as epic as I've ever seen. I would say that the lead change was probably 5 times in the second half.
Easily.
And it was always on like an absurd play. Deep touchdown pass. 4 dump-offs to Jacobs on the next drive. And I mean, just the back and the forth. And Mike thought he won probably 3 different times. I was invested in it, and I wasn't playing for anything. The game was bad, but that actually made it good because it was so close at the end. And Mike and I are, doing what we normally do, trying to come up with the most ridiculous way that he can.
Can it happen? Can it happen? And I said no at one point.
Yeah,
I thought it said 100 as far as my loss.
We had given up. And through all the scenarios we came up with, never once did we say, well, yeah, what if Josh Jacobs on 4th and 1 loses 6 yards and fumbles the ball and then the other team recovers it?
Because if it's 4 yards, by the way, and just looking at this,
you lose.
Yeah, I lose.
If it's 4 yards, or how about this? How about they just stop him at -6? Or how about he fumbles and the Green Bay recovers and it's a turnover on downs instead? Like, there's 3 ways you could have easily lost. Or let's say McManus hits that field goal at the end and they go to overtime,
which he almost got on the one that they called
on the one that ticked off Sirianni so much. I mean, absolutely incredible. Mike was dancing like a schoolgirl multiple times. There were high fives. It was unbelievable. And then he would crash and he'd be on the couch. And then he'd dance. And then he'd crash. It was amazing.
The touchdown pass to Devontae Smith was absolutely epic.
I can't believe we didn't wake up anybody in my house with our celebration.
I mean, there were only like 2 offensive plays the entire game, and one of them goes to your player.
And then
amazing.
I still was waiting for an adjustment. And I'm like, if they adjust this, because you got to remember, they originally called it a 5-yard. So I was only up by 200ths of a point. And then the adjustment goes the other way.
Yeah. And I'll tell you.
That made me feel so much better because I thought it was going to – it really didn't look that far to me.
So, Scarano, since you are so much better at fantasy.
I'm not saying that.
JT or Mike, we do have a question for you.
Oh, boy.
Who wins the trade? RJ Harvey or Jawan Jennings, PPR?
Well, I mean, how long is Dobbins out?
Oh, I could look that up right now.
I mean, I think that really makes your decision because Harvey does catch a few passes out of the backfield, so that PPR will increase because they were using him down near the goal line, and he got a couple touchdowns through that, but he wasn't getting many carries along the way.
He has such a long history of just such a terrible industry. I don't know.
What is? Do you know Dobbins' projection there, Mike?
First off, he's projected for a 0, so he's projected.
No, I know he's out this week.
Listed questionable.
Yeah. Okay. So it might just be a 1 week thing. I can't say Jennings has been lighting the world on fire. Brock Purdy has 32 different turf toe injuries, and every week it looks like he's going to come back and then doesn't.
He had a good week last week, though. Didn't he have a 20?
Listen, I'm not saying he can't perform with Mac Jones. Mac Jones has been inconsistent. It's a tough call. I would really like to know a little more news on the Dobbins because Harvey goes to being pretty mediocre.
And now being out. I'm going to go Jennings. I'm going to say I like
I'm going to go Jennings just because I have him on my team and I really need him to do that.
Biased. I'm not going to say by a ton, though. That's all.
I would say if you need a win this week, it might be Harvey. But if you need to win long term, it's Jennings as well.
That sounds right. That sounds good. Kansas City will give up some running yards too, just so you know.
So yeah, Mike, you win it, and I'll tell you, I went back and looked at that video. I mean, I was looking at it like the Zapruder film. I'm going back and to the left, back and to the left, and as I'm looking at it, I swear, at most
4.
It's 5.
Really?
At most it's 5.
If you had to call it, you'd say 4.
I sent you 2 videos the next morning.
Yes, I
want you to when we finish, I want you to go back and watch them. The first one is a look; you can see how far they go back. The second one, Tamala, you'll probably know who it is.
I just have to see it right on the original line of scrimmage and where you know what I mean. But like
Tamala, your nose tackle, they have him on video, screaming out what the play is. He has completely called it.
Ojimo, yeah,
Ojimo. He calls it. It screams out, it's a zone inside this, zone inside here, and they blow it up because of that. Yeah. So, like, it's almost like Scarano is feeding him the play.
Here's something.
Jacobs actually tried to run the other way because he called it out, but they didn't have any blocking set up for him.
Okay.
I mean, the absurd confluence of events to allow that to lead to not only a 4th down stop, like a huge play for your defense, but to get Mike that absurd fantasy win is wild.
And just to say, Callan always plays me. He always plays me hard. It even showed in your AI analysis of it. Callan always gets me. This is turning into the rivalry of the league right here.
So
I mean, usually it's Matt and JT's a big one. Me and my cousin Rachel's a big one. It's me, Callan, right now. Game of the year.
What are your thoughts on the Eagles going for it on 4th down?
Remind me of the circumstance.
Instead of punting at the end of the game, the incomplete pass to Brown, where
I know.
Well, I mean, they were able to get the ball and move it, so it looks bad now. But hindsight
it was heartbreaking to Mike because we're going. If that passes to Devonta Smith, to him was the only way to win. Yeah. So the fact that they because Tamala, I'll be honest, just to be perfectly fair, we weren't really paying attention to the game as anything other than a vessel for fantasy.
That's right. And Jay was still looking for points from Watson just for the playoff picture. But dude, this was an epic game, and I just don't think people understand how close this was. I swear to you, I thought I had 0 chance. It could have said 100%. I think it was 99-1. And then switch the other direction. I don't know if that's ever happened.
I'm assuming, Mike, you watched the Madrid game? The Colts?
The morning. You know what? I do a lot of stuff Sunday morning. I saw the end.
Because, JT, you watched it, right?
In Germany?
We did, yeah.
Was it in Madrid? I thought it was in Germany.
Madrid, I thought.
It was Madrid.
Okay.
This was Munich. I think the next one.
Munich. Yeah, I swear it was in Germany.
Okay. Madrid's the next one.
But Taylor didn't really do anything in the first half. Am I wrong on that? Like, it was real slow going for him before.
I think he scored the first touchdown.
Okay.
JT watched it because he was commenting on it throughout.
Yeah, I mean, I think he had a good game from the start.
I really just Sunday mornings. I hate European football games. Sunday mornings are just not good for me. I have stuff to do in the morning. I have something to do every Sunday morning. It's just hard for me to make it. If it's the Bills, I'd stay and watch it.
You boys ready to talk some playoffs?
Let's talk some playoffs.
Nope.
Oh, sorry. I know. I forget tomorrow's favorite part of the week.
Oh,
All right. Offers report.
Bingo.
All right. So we have Luke Musgrave going for $45.
All right. I'm going to tell you who popped this idea in my head. Now, I'm going to send you guys out a picture of what was suggested on Google AI on how much of it. But no. They suggested it for it to be like 70 or 80. But JT said something. He's like, you better use it or lose it at this time. And I just want to see if it take over the role for Tucker Kraft. We'll have to see. It doesn't look great right now, but whatever.
Some people are calling this move the new Hunter Henry.
Wait. What I want to know, Scarano, is anytime I've heard of like talking about free agent budget, I never hear a dollar amount. I hear like percentage.
That's exactly what it said. And you know what?
Percentage of your budget.
It's going out right now.
Am I wrong,
you know.
Regardless, did anybody think Luke Musgrave was going to take over as this dominant force?
Could he just take over the spot of Tucker Kraft?
Well,
and by the way, take a look. I took a picture of it because I knew you guys would have something to say here. And by the way, if it was a regular waiver pick in a regular waiver situation, it wouldn't have been a problem anyway. I would just lost a waiver pick. You know what, Cuzzy, I love you.
You would have lost a waiver pick. Whatever. We'd have mocked you for it then too.
And so we did just see that. Everyone, check your phones before anyone makes fun of me.
Buddy, the fact that you trust Google AI more than your own common sense is not great.
Well, I mean, I referenced it. I did less than what it said. There's so much my common sense. I just wanted to see if he would just fall in and take over the Tucker Kraft situation. That's all.
The only problem by the way, you have to be as good as Tucker Kraft to do that.
What if it's the same? I mean, listen, here's what I'm going to say about that game. I mean, it wasn't like anyone else on Green Bay was lighting anything up. You know, they weren't doing anything. Like nobody was going
against a good defense, but
except for Jacobs.
All right. Hit us, Tamala. What's after that, after this brilliant move?
Well, I bid 16. Jake bid 11 for him. Brian bid $22 for the Seahawks quarterback. That worked out really well for him.
That paid off.
You know, Michael Thomas, $16 for the Bengals quarterback. Looking better. Brian did bid $5 for them. Michael Thomas, $9 for the Bucks D. Brian, $3 for the Bills D. JT, $1 for Chris Rodriguez, and Colin, $1 for Chad Ryland.
Pretty low key.
Pretty low key.
So one thing I did wanted to look at, budget info. Michael Thomas only has $16 left. Brian has 21. Then we have Jake with $63. Casey has $100. Scarano has 104.
The move it, use it or lose it. Quote JT Everett.
Rachel has 100. Rachel has 109. JT has 110. Yes. Colin 113. And surprisingly enough, both Joel and Parker and myself both have 185.
Wow.
I don't know.
When you spend $184 on that kicker, it's going to be amazing.
Now, we do have a question that was mentioned when JT and I were talking. It doesn't reset or anything at the playoffs start, does it?
Nope.
Okay.
Speaking of playoffs,
let's take a look
where we're at.
Let's take a look here, gentlemen.
All right. Very interesting thing to begin. I'm going to show you last week real quick. And if you remember from last week, we had mentioned that there was, some interesting changes, from the week before. Scarano Casey went to Casey Scarano. This time, if you go into our week, every one of the teams I want you to look at on the left-hand side will stay exactly the same. But what I'd also like you to pay attention to is the standings in ESPN versus our league. Because what happened is every one of our teams stayed the same, but our seedings for ESPN, look at this, shuffled immensely.
So if we were just sticking with the regular,
it would have been extremely different. But our seeding stayed the same because of points. However, those points shrunk a great deal. If you look here, we had 106, 59, 49, 37. That has shrunk down to 60, 50, 23, and 20. There was some massive movement in the playoff world.
So
what I chose to do,
Jay.
I kind of wanted to look at that because there was so much movement. I focused on where people were based on this week and how they might be feeling as a result of it. This kind of seemed like a crux week with only 3 more to go. If I remember, 4 more to go. Is it 4 more to go? 4 more to go. So lots of movement time still available. Let's kick it off with Casey. Scarano, I know this pains you to hear.
Yeah, I was talking about it when you weren't on, Jay. I was throwing as much shade as I could about this.
Yeah, listen,
about
buddy.
how poor management is paying off, and it was.
Yeah, listen, he got a win. He added to his points lead by having the top score. This is literally the best case scenario anybody could want, and I'd say it looks extremely likely he is going to have himself a bye.
Very much so. Yeah.
Yep. Here's the good news for you. You got yourself an impossible win. You added points on everybody but Casey. And you are absolutely now in the driver's seat for that second.
Or bye. Just got to keep winning.
You do, because you do have somebody right behind you that now had an impossible loss. Still, with this loss, he had the 3rd most points. I think it's still possible for him to get a bye. The playoffs are almost a lock for him based on his points. That is something that I think is going to give him a little more solace here. He is down a game to you, but his points for are up well above. I mean, he's 80 above where Michael Thomas is. So he's pretty comfortably locked in to a playoff spot. That would be one Gallagher brother. The other Gallagher brother, on the other hand, 4th straight loss. He had the lowest points scored in week 10 and a shocking stat. Brian now has the lowest points scored in the league.
Wait. That's not right. Oh, my Lord. It is. So this means with another loss, you just tell me I'm wrong. With another loss and another poor performance, he could go all the way to the bottom?
Yes. Brian could drop. Listen, if Joel and Parker had won this week, Brian would have been in 10th place.
Unreal. And he's in the playoffs. So that's unbelievable.
I'd say the playoffs are a little dicey for him right now. Plenty of time to turn around, as we discussed before.
Hey, look, it's
a lot of guys coming back.
Say he's in.
He's in.
He's in.
He's in for now.
All right.
Michael maintained his hold on 5th place, but if you look back at last week, he was up by 50. That lead has shrunk to 29. I definitely think that feels a little more scary. The loss, his low point total, took a little wind out of his sails, but I'd still say he's obviously in the driver's seat for the points. Can't feel nearly as comfortable as he did a little bit ago, though.
Okay.
Rachel, she was saying how disappointing of a week it was. She got the win. I think that is worth noting because she's only 2 games back of Brian now, and that does give her, another way to potentially leapfrog him.
And just to clarify, I mean, that's only, 1 behind Brian, 2 behind Colin. Okay. Yep, she's right there. Go ahead.
Yeah, she's 2 behind Brian, 2 behind Colin. But it's still
my mistake. Okay,
still doable. For her, the other thing that she noted was she lost ground to everybody in points. If you go back to last week, she was up by 37, 49 over me, 59 over Tamala, 106 over Jake, and she shrinks to 20 over Joel, 23 over me, 50 over Tamala, 60 to Jake. Like, huge movement towards her, and she only picked up 3 on Michael. So, looking to keep that playoff spot, certainly a little harder than it was.
They're nipping at her heels.
Yep. Joel and Parker would be in 5th, but they drop on down to 7th. They are back only those 20 points I just mentioned. The loss hurt. no doubt.
Hmm?
They would have passed Brian for fourth, as I noted, but they did pick up 17 points on Rachel and 20 on Michael. Keep that streak going. That's a big deal, especially for a team that had not been scoring all that well. Speaking of teams that couldn't score, there was me. I'm only out 23 now. The win did not mean very much to me. I guess if you want to say I too could, do the same thing as Rachel and get 2 wins past Brian. I don't feel confident about that at all. But what did help me is I gained 9 points on Joel and Parker ahead of me. I gained 26 on Rachel, who's ahead of me, and I gained 29 on Michael, who's ahead of me. So definitely got the gain on the people I needed, and that was really helpful. Tamala, you would be in dead last place if it wasn't for the fact that you actually have a little more points than Jake. I think the loss officially has knocked you out forever having a chance at wins. Not that you were feeling like you were super confident in that, but I think 3 wins is a lot to overcome in 4 games. You did gain a little bit of points on Michael and Rachel. That's good. But along the way, you lost ground to Joel Parker, me, and Jake. So little good, little bad.
All right. I just an
maybe
overall
the most surprising of all was Jake. Jake has now had an incredible resurgence. He is down only 60 points, still the furthest, but a doable amount. He has had 3 wins in a row. He is back in the playoff point hunt, and the whole league is now alive and kicking.
Jay, will you go back to Jake's previous week? Because will you go to week 10? Yeah, that's all I want. Thank you.
106.
And now.
Look at 9, 118.
Dude.
I mean,
this thing is tight.
Making charge. Making a charge.
We have everyone involved. That's awesome. That's exactly what we wanted.
If you include Brian and you just take out the top 3 teams in the league, there are 7 teams within 70 points of each other.
Awesome. It's awesome. Every person's in. So
every person's in, man. And with 4 weeks to go, that's all you can hope for. Really fun.
Absolutely cool. And I thought, was there a point when we did our rankings or something? Did we say Jake was out of it, or so? Did anyone ever put a nail in the coffin for Jake? Okay,
I'll be the first to tell you I did. All right, awesome. My last little thing for the week, I did do a completely amateur playoff prediction. I like to look at these. I know last year, if you go back, if I remember correctly, last year I made my predictions in week 11, and I believe it hashed out exactly how things went.
Not to toot your own horn.
Not to do my own horn. I was laughing
at everyone else. You're on a skid, brother. 6-0.
Sorry, man. I'm sorry. You're gonna turn it around. It just might be next year.
Sure, that's right.
These are obviously me not knowing what I'm talking about, but I do like to guess. So here's my prediction. The buys I do believe are going to be Casey and Scarano. I think that will be you. I think that you guys will have that one. Get that out of here.
Yeah.
The playoffs, I believe, are going to go to Colin and Joel and Parker. If you notice, there's a name I took off that. I believe that Colin is locked in, and I think Joel and Parker are going to get a win. And if they do and pick up 1 game over these next 4 games, I think they pass Brian. Okay.
I think that's reasonable.
Now, maybe the most important part, who do I think gets in by points? I think it is Michael, and I'm going to go ahead and predict that Jake storms.
So I have some questions about this. It's not to say that, Jake is right there. What are we talking here? 20, was it 27 points?
60.
No, he's 60 out. I'm saying, how far is he away from you?
From me, he's 37.
Okay, 37. My mistake. I didn't carry correct or borrow. But you see him passing you.
Yeah, and I think your reason for it is if you go back and look at the trend, I had not scored, a high amount of points since week 2. Jake is on a 3-game dominant streak. Like, he is rolling. I had 1 good week. I do not keep my thing rolling in the same way. And I know, Rachel, you're going to go ahead and say, "Oh, I picked on you." I kicked myself out too. Thank you very much. So it is me trying to be objective. I just think he's on a roll.
JT, when we made our predictions, it was week 8, right?
Predictions?
Remember, pardon me, our rankings.
Our rankings. Yeah, it was week 7 or 8.
Because that serves as like a spot for me if I remember what we were like talking about as team. Could you go to it right now, or is it not there?
I don't know if we have our rankings in there. We just have the playoffs, I think. Yeah, we didn't have rankings. No. It's its own thing. I'd have to pull it up.
Just interesting.
Rachel, I did have you as the first team out. I had me as the second team out. I had Tamala as the third team out. And I saw Brian just kind of anchoring things down all.
So all those encouraging words, Tim, were a bunch of nonsense.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, like, I'm just seeing this is what you're saying the guy's gonna be. Don't worry about it, buddy.
The good news is, no matter who I put down there, they're going to be unhappy.
Yeah,
nobody wants to look at the fact that I put myself in there. Like, let's not worry about that. Okay.
I think it's reasonable.
All right.
I think that what's interesting is you're willing to say that the trends that you're seeing will continue.
Some of them, yeah. I mean,
Michael and Jake ascending. That's what I was trying to look at with the week 8.
Yeah, but see, Michael's had a little rougher one in the last week or so. I don't know. Hey, obviously that can change. And let's put our 2 viewers at the bottom. Yeah, well, that's all right. We're trying to get you away from us in any way we can.
I like it, Cuzzy. I like it.
Hey, I know Casey doesn't watch, so I guess I should have put him down there.
All right. I think what you're saying is reasonable. I just think it's so cool that everyone's in. So especially for those last couple spots, you could kind of put anyone's name in there, honestly.
Yeah, outside of the top 3, I think anybody could be there.
Yes, I think that's very reasonable to say that anyone could take those last 2 spots, which makes this league awesome.
All right, Tamal, I stopped presenting if you want to put us actually back up.
All right.
Hey, we're alive. I'm pretty ready to wrap this up. But do you want to do a quick look at what we got coming up?
We'll do a quick look. So Rachel, because we are rude, she's going to try and take it out on her week 11 opponent, myself. And just let me, Rachel, I've looked at your team. You have absolutely no moves you need to make. You've moved a Doomsday into your lineup. You're good. Just don't even look to your team until Sunday afternoon. You'll be fine.
With one little issue.
Nope, nothing.
Nope, I don't see anything. Everything looks good.
Nope. Does she have anyone for that issue?
Nope.
No, she doesn't.
You would have to have an issue to have somebody for
all right, that's an issue.
So we'll see how that goes. It looks to be pretty close.
I mean, if you change that one, as a matter of fact, it'd probably give her the edge, wouldn't it?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I haven't set my lineup either.
You might have a move to make too. Okay.
Colin takes on Jake. Looks like both of them have set their teams.
I think Jake said it probably at Monday night while watching the game. Yeah. He's so stoked right now. We're back feeling.
He's into it. It's fun to have.
He's into it, man.
Yeah.
Understandable.
Right. Michael Thomas is taking on Scarano.
What do we think? Is this? Should we call it?
No.
This is the game of the. This is it. No. Okay, never mind. Sorry about that.
Scarano, you have a very low projection.
Okay, I do. All I will say is that you notice there's a couple of buys, and I will simply, I don't like to kiss and tell here, so we'll say this is going to be addressed.
I can't wait to see $50 on a kicker.
Yeah, the Colts. You're gonna have to make some moves.
I'm gonna have to make a move. I am familiar. I understand that this is happening. As a matter of fact, though, I think if you put him in, I kind of think maybe he takes it. He has it on me anyway. Yeah, we'll see.
Yes. No, I think so. I think you get about, let's say, 16 for the 2 guys combined. So you would still be losing.
And just to clarify, Pittman and Taylor both on a bye.
Yep. And
Pittman
Michael
didn't play out for me last week, but he actually has been a pretty consistently good receiver. A little bit under the radar.
And Michael gets the Bengals back. So
okay. Not the game of the week, though.
But loses Marvin Harrison and does look like Godwin may not play. Okay. And Booty also looks like he's out too. So
let's sit this down.
So what you're telling me, JT, is if because I was listening to you, is this next matchup might be the game of the week, and it is Brian taking on Joel and Parker Right now,
Mm-hmm.
it's projected at Brian at 130.13 to Joel's 130.06. And if Joel wins,
she has, just to clarify, Kincaid is still in there, so there's a move to be made here.
Yeah, Kincaid will have to be replaced, and that will give her a higher projection. But yeah, I looked at this. I believe I was talking about it with Parker the other day, and I told him, I said, buddy, this is your ticket, because this is one of the reasons I actually had Brian go down.
The game of the week?
I think it's a game of the week because it takes Brian from 4th to 10th, potentially, and it takes Joel, from 5th to, like, if they have a bad week, they could get knocked down even further and get past 2.
I want you to tell Parker that we have a unanimous agreement that this is the game of the week, and I want you to tell him in the car ride at school tomorrow.
And
that we said it's the game of the week.
I do find it. I mean, Brian does have Brian Thomas Jr. in there, who does have a projection, but big
limited practice, maybe we'll see.
And he doesn't have Bucky Irving in, who I think may play.
Well, then that would affect Rachel's, but he's listed as doubtful. Jay,
is he?
Was limited in practice though. All right.
I heard he practiced. So
okay. I don't know. With these designations, it's like Belichick, and just listed for everything. I don't know.
And I will say, I'm a little intrigued by Brian's quarterback rolling with Commanders.
Yeah.
I mean, he has Packers against the Giants, which
they look bad though. They look bad. Just watch. I don't.
Yeah. He's got 3 options. The Seahawks against the Rams, I think, is the worst play.
I don't see how. After the Rams burned him last week, I don't know how he does that. Like how he would play them.
You mean Seahawks?
Yeah.
Game
of
the week.
Last game is Casey taking on JT. Casey has the slight advantage, although JT, you need a tight end.
I do. I hate losing Warren, but I think it's my last buy of the year. So.
Oh, really? Interesting. Okay.
There we go. I'll do my best to take him down.
Not the game of the week.
Nah.
I want you to talk to Parker about that. That we're.
It's not the game of the week. Anytime wins don't matter.
Oh, all right. I dig that, especially if you can get it for wins and point. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
If we can have both elements in it, it makes it very interesting.
That's where the Brian Joel Parker one comes in.
Certainly. We're right. Unanimous agreement.
All right.
Casey has 3 1 p.m. games. The rest are either Sunday night or Monday night. You're gonna be feeling so good about yourself.
I don't think that he frets about it like you do, Matt. Just my little take.
I'll also tell you this. I like having them spread out. It gives me something to watch. I enjoy football so much more when I have something to watch. I have CeeDee Lamb to counteract a couple of his Cowboys on Monday. I also have a Thursday night quarterback that is going to help spread things out for me as well.
You're never hot on that.
I think those games suck. I'm a little terrified, but I don't like playing. I don't know. I don't like playing Tampa at the.
You're pulling what? You're doing the Rachel curse right here.
Well, realistically, I played them last week. I flip-flopped it. I made the right call, but I like Tampa's situation. Sadly, the Bills are not a great pass defense, but I think I like New England's more. Yeah, they're home against a garbage team.
All right. It's an interesting. I'm losing my train of thought. It is interesting in seeing that you have the strongest probably quarterback group of the league, and I'm trying to look into it now. I'm trying to fish around, but dude, you have it.
How strange. It
just doesn't seem like Drake, the Patriots and Tampa Bay, and you're like, oh no, these are 2 of the better pass offenses. I'm like,
Patriots team QB number 1 in the league.
Yep.
It's interesting. Have they had to buy yet?
They have not.
Okay.
So I'm sure that contributes. That is coming. That is week 14. I'm sure that won't come back to bite me at all.
Better hold on to the other one.
Scarano, hot take today.
I don't have any hot take other than Colin. I don't want you to take this thing personally at all. It was fantastic. You did the right thing by going to sleep and getting the sleep when you can. I know you have twins right now, but dude, there was a thought in my mind that we were actually going to like voice call your phone. Just so you know, man. And I'm glad you did it.
I want to be clear. I had zero thoughts of that. Scarano, I don't know if you saw the timestamp. I think Colin must have got up for a feeding or something. It was about 3:30 in the morning where he texted and he went, "Are you kidding me? I lost." And then he saw our text and then he went back and watched it and he was like, "Are you telling me I lost on a fumble?" I'm like, "Dude, I'm so glad you went to bed too."
A fumble and 5 yards. That's the part that I think that really needs to be understood. It was a fumble and 5 yards and then went up to 6 where 4 wouldn't have cut it. That's
the single most absurd way to win a fantasy game I think I've ever seen.
I think so. Game of the year, man. But Colin, don't take it personally. You always give me your A game. You usually beat me. I finally got you on one.
All right, boys.
Wait. No, I do have a hot take.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Because, Scarano brought the receipt. He took a screenshot of his AI-generated what should I spend in my free agent budget. And he's like, oh, no, it told me an amount. And even though I said, it tells you percentage. Except for if you actually read it, it tells you that it's based on a percentage. And it tells you an amount if you're based on $100, which, if you know anything about percentages, it's just that same amount.
So I multiplied it by 2.
Yeah, it doesn't tell you the amount. Like, it's just a percentage. Like, I don't know.
I came in below those percentages.
Yeah, but I'm saying,
That's my point.
It didn't tell you amount. It told you a percentage.
Listen, dude, I came in lower. That was my point. That I came in lower. I should have spent 70 on it.
Yeah, no one thinks you should have spent 70 on him.
No, I don't think so either. I came in lower. I took a little gamble here.
AI was drunk, buddy.
It's percentage of your remaining budget.
Are you sure?
That's how it's usually done. Yeah.
It does say above $100 free agent budget.
Talk about them Eagles, Bills, Vikings, Cowboys,
Yeah,
Cowboys,
I don't know.
Panthers. Everybody, welcome
Listen,
to
I'm
the
not saying it's gonna be great.
fantasy trail.
We'll see.
Welcome to the fantasy trail. 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 Fantasy trail. Kickers are back, quarterbacks in the lead. Fantasy trail.